Hello, everyone, and happy holidays. I'm Thera Martin, the host of this program, News You Can Use. And guess what? This is the last show of the season that we'll be taping at LaSalle TV. God willing, we'll be back in the new year in 2024 to bring out some more great programs for you on News You Can Use and on the other great programs that happen at LaSalle TV. But for now, this is the last show, and we're excited. So we decorated the studio, and if you're a regular viewer of LaSalle TV, if you watch on Comcast 56 or on Verizon 36, you notice that we decorated for the last show, the last two shows of the season. We wanted to have that Christmas holiday spirit, so that's why we're looking like we're looking. And as we turn the page on the program today, we've got some fantastic young people who are going to tune this studio up as they bring to us some Christmas holiday songs. So I'm excited. But in the first segment today, we're going to be talking with Nathaniel Lee. He is an outstanding journalist. He is my friend. He is a published author. He is a knowledgeable gentleman that has so many positive things going on. So stick around for the ride. We'll be back with Nathaniel Lee in just a minute. I am excited because my friend Nathaniel Lee is here. I appreciate you so very much, and you have been so very kind, a good friend. And we've both sort of morphed because we've lived in Philly, from Philadelphia all of our lives, working or whatever in the Philadelphia area. And then I left town first to go to Maryland for about a year, and then on to North Carolina, where I thought I was going to be until I died, and I was just going to come back to Philly to visit now and again. But as life turns out, I'm back home, and I'm glad to be back home. Now, you left Philadelphia a little after me. You went down south like I did. I think you were in Georgia?
Georgia, Lawrenceville, Georgia.
And you're back in Philly now, but you're saying you're still going back down south because the South, the woods, Mother Nature has got your heart, right?
I have to have it. I have to have it there.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. And I'm not mad at you because it's nothing like Mother Nature. It's nothing like being out in nature. And we have that in Pennsylvania, too. But it was something special about down south, and I'm thankful for the experience. I really am.
Yeah, and it's like Philadelphia has one of the most extensive park systems in the whole nation. So I got to get to Philadelphia. But when it comes to the overall landscape, I think it's just more natural country out there.
Beautiful, it really is. All right, so we're supposed to be talking about how fantastic you are. And what first caught my attention with you, Nate, was your writing. Writing for the Philadelphia Tribune. You wrote many an amazing story for the Philadelphia Tribune. I'm sure some of them award-winning stories. How long were you there?
I was at the Tribune, don't quote me, I believe 12 years.
Okay, you were there even longer than I thought. Yeah, so you really made some impact during that time. Did you have a special beat, or they picked and chose what you would cover?
Well, I was and I still am a freelance journalist, so I've always operated independently. So I covered largely community issues. Now, every now and then I'll take a crime story, etc. But I gravitated towards the more empowering community stories and features.
Well, you hit me to Lancaster Avenue Business Corridor and all that they're doing. I am amazed. Every time I go to West Philly and I'm on Lancaster Avenue, my head is like this. I'm looking, because there's just so much new development and small businesses that are opening. I am a cheerleader for small businesses. And so when you told me about what the Lancaster Avenue Business Association was doing, and that they had some training classes to help entrepreneurs and wannabe business people, I just thought that was super fantastic.
They are a phenomenal group, because I actually took their 12-week small business scale-up program myself. So when I talk about it from someone who actually participated in the class. And it is one of the most thorough, one of the most intensive, yet one of the most enlightening classes I've ever taken. So the Lancaster Avenue 21st Business Association, they're doing it.
I got to get them on this cable TV show. Remind me that that's something I want to do in the new year. And as I sit here and I'm thinking about you and our friends, friendship and all the years that before I left to go to North Carolina. Why didn't I get you here sooner? Because you've been doing great work, so shame on me.
I am shocked.
That is my loss for not having you on the air sooner. We want everybody to know about you. So, all right, journalist, noted journalist with the Philadelphia Tribune, approximately 12 years. Now also a broadcaster. You morphed into a broadcaster. I turned my back for 2 seconds. I come back, and then he's a broadcaster. You're doing some great segments on same station where I do some work on WURD. And you're on Fridays with the Brother Shamari Show?
Yes, for every first and third Friday of the month, I do a segment I call Tell Me Something Good. And almost and when I was with the West Side Weekly, Sunday Sun, Philadelphia Tribune and all of that, I gravitated towards, like I said, those more empowering stories. Well, that segment allowed me to do the same thing, but on air. And we crossed our, fourth anniversary.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, and then there's also times when Shamari is not there, and Nate does the whole show. Yeah,
and I used to do quite a few shows on Word Radio. I filled in for Nick Taliaferro once or twice. I used to cover for Rick Ford on Recovery Talk, his Saturday show, I believe it is. And Brother Shamari, he'll call me whenever he needs somebody to fill in. So I've done quite a bit this year and last year. That is wonderful.
That is wonderful. So now, when did you decide, okay, I'm a journalist, I'm a writer, and I know I'm a darn good one. I'm going to do a book. And now you have like 3 books, I think. But how did the whole writing book things get started?
Well, I always wrote. That was I was writing before I was able to write, because my mother was one of those mothers that bought us encyclopedias, and we couldn't read, but we would follow look at the pictures and follow the words and pretend we could read. So when we went to school, we were reading. So it was, I remember when I used to practice writing stories, but it'd be scribbled, it wouldn't be writing, practice writing stories. And so I think from a time of a young child, I always wrote people's stories, or I always created stories. And as an adult, it just caught on.
Yeah. So give me the titles of your books, and if people want to purchase your books, they can still order them online. Is that possible, or are you sold out?
They can order them online. They're available on Amazon.com. My first book, Metamorphosis, a customized blueprint for personal transformation. And it's all about the process of change, because people will talk about change, and if you need change, they'll let you know you need change. But what are the processes, and then how do you customize it for each individual circumstances and needs? And so that's what that book does. It helps people create their own blueprint for personal change. The second book is Behind the 8 Ball, tips on how to get ahead from behind. And it's for people who are in unconventional situations. You know, we're not all on an even playing field, and some of us have to get ahead from behind. And so the book talks about those who have done things from extraordinary circumstances and achieves phenomenal goals, and how the readers can do so themselves.
And it's in a workbook format. I have
all of my books, yes.
And that's so good, because as we're reading and you're thinking and you're getting these ideas, write it down.
Right, and because I believe it's one thing to read, it's another thing to practice what you read. And I want people to read my books not with more head knowledge, but more, I want them to come out actually practicing what it is they read, so that the difference between knowledge and learning is knowledge, you know more. Learning, it changes your behavior.
Yes. All right, we got the one book. Now, what's the second book and what's the third book?
The second book was Behind the 8 Ball.
Okay.
How to Get Ahead from Behind. The third book, which is not yet out yet, but it should be coming out the first week of December, and it will be available on Amazon. Yes, and that is Media Matters. Because I've been in the media so long, I have a passion for people who provide services, for people doing good things, for people who are empowering others and enlightening others. And so Media Matters, and the subtitles is tips and techniques on getting media coverage for small businesses, nonprofits, and organizers. And so I want them to be able to tell their stories, because if they have services and products, people need to know they have them.
I cannot tell you how many times over the years I've had nonprofits in particular, and small businesses too, approach me and say, well, how can I get some media coverage, or can you get me some media coverage? And I usually don't turn people down, But I'm honest with them, and I let them know what I know about the media and how you can't ever 100% guarantee coverage unless it's like a major newsmaker. Major newsmakers, I'm confident when I can say, oh, we're going to have coverage.
Right.
But if you're a new organization just getting started, it is so hard sometimes to convince the media that you're worthy of coverage. But you have to keep going at it. You have to keep trying. You got to keep sending your press releases out. Put it in their face every day until you get to the point where media outlets will start, giving you some respect, paying you some attention, call me back, say you're interested, and you might cover my event or my story and what I'm doing.
Absolutely. You can never guarantee media coverage, but what you can do, and what I try to do in my book, Media Matters, tips and techniques on getting media coverage, is you can increase their likelihood that they'll break through some of those filters. They'll get through some of they'll avoid the email slush pile.
I've had people who used to send me a flyer. And not even a good flyer, like a really poorly put together flyer, homemade flyer, and say, can you cover this? And you're going to show this to the news director. And so I would try to, and I would actually, there were times when I would write a press release for somebody who sent me a bad flyer just so I could show it to my news directors in the hope that they would say, yeah, go cover that. But yeah, you got to do better than just sending a television station or a print media outlet a flyer.
Absolutely.
We're running out of time quickly, but just how can people be in touch with Nate and invite you to come out and speak or just be engaged with you and or buy your books?
Well, you can definitely check me out on Facebook. My name, Nathaniel Lee. On Instagram, I am at Front Page Nate, which is a name that was given to me by a long time ago, and it stuck, and I hated it when it was given to me, but then I was told I can't front page Nate. So it stuck, so I used that to separate that from my private Instagram page. So those are the two ways they can contact me. In the book, Media Matters, Tips and Techniques on Getting Media Coverage, should be out in the first week of December, so that will definitely be available on Amazon.com.
You are doing it. You are doing it, living healthy, eating healthy. Every time I see you on Facebook, you're talking about eating healthy and you don't eat nothing that's not good for you, and that's so smart. I think I'm going to change my diet in the new year. I need to, I have to, yep. But just thank you for coming today. Thank you for being my friend and being so patient and allowing me to vent sometimes when we have talked and had some good conversations.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, Brother Nate.
It's
I
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. All right,
pleasure.
all
Thank
the best
so
to
much,
you,
Thera.
2024. Woo-woo. Okay, we're going to keep it moving on this edition of News You Can Use, our last show of the season. I'm excited. The next two people that you will see that will come my way and be up here on this set. They're young people, they're talented, and they're very, very special. And so we will come back after this conversation with Brother Nate, and we will be talking with Nathaniel Barlow. Boy, he's got a little story to tell. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking?
Al-Anon and Alateen can help.
Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org.
We are continuing now with our last show of the season. It is our holiday show. And now is the time in the program where we're really getting into the performance part of it. I am excited to welcome Nathaniel Malik Barlow to the program. Thank you for being with me today.
Yes, I'm glad to be with you here, Miss Thera.
I am so excited. Holly Stain, giving credit to Holly. Thank you, Holly, for bringing this young man my way. And I'm just thrilled for the opportunity to shine the spotlight on you. Although the spotlight you had on you about a week ago, I mean, only in New York City, in the Big Apple, in Harlem, at the Apollo Theater. What?
Yes, it was a pleasure being at the Apollo Theater, and I'm so glad that the audience was welcoming and, you know, very well receiving of me.
Won.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
Congratulations. We are so proud of you representing Philadelphia, representing your family so well. Now, when I talked to your mom, who's absolutely wonderful, she told me that you love God, you love your family and your friends and music.
Yes.
Talk to me about this music journey a little bit.
I began singing and composing music at around the age of 4 years old in preschool. My preschool was called Project Play School, and I vividly remember picking up a guitar and having my own little concert in one of our playrooms. But I had my first performance, I say, at 12 years old, singing Whitney Houston's Do You Hear What I Hear at church.
Wow. Oh, I know you brought the house down, right? Right?
I did, but then I ran out and cried in the hallway. So there was an even distribution of happiness and sadness that day.
Yes. How exciting. That is so special. Now, I know that you have had a lot of opportunities. You have open for some acts already that are internationally or nationally known acts, and all of that is a blessing. So you have a momager, would I say? Could I call your mom a momager, kind of? Is she managing your career, helping you usher through, or both of your parents doing it, or do you have another person that does that?
Some would say that, but I would say that it's really been my community, the community of Philadelphia, my church family who's come and support me every time. Actually, the shout out to the students at West Philly High who came and supported me at the Apollo as well. And just a big community of people, as you mentioned, Holly Stain, who's been a wonderful contribution to my career and many other people's journeys just as being wonderful humans.
Yes, absolutely. But now, I'm looking at this resume. You love to sew, you're an activist, an advocate, and a scholar athlete too. So God has given you this voice to use, this talent that so many people wish they had, like me. I wish I had that talent to sing. I will chase everybody out of the room if I start singing. The only thing I can do is talk. But anyway, God has given you a lot of different platforms to utilize, and it sounds like you're excelling in all of them. That's a blessing.
Yes, God has given me so many gifts. My name means a gift of God. And I've just had the pleasure of having opportunities. You know, you say your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts will place you among men. So I always want to share my gift and hopefully inspire somebody else in whatever facet or art or anything that I'm doing. I'd like to inspire somebody.
Well, you have inspired me today, and I'm an old lady. I'm
glad.
a grandma, but you have inspired me today, young man. And now we want to hear you sing. I understand you're going to do your song a cappella, and it is Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, my favorite Christmas song of all time. The floor is yours, Nathaniel.
Yes, thank you. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like
Eskimos, oh, everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe. Oh, they help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92, even me and you, Miss Thera. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to
So beautiful. Oh, my, my, my. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Nathaniel, Malik Barlow, thank you. All the best to you, young man. You're going places. We got
Yes.
a superstar and another superstar coming. Stay with us. News you can use. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, hey LaSalle TV. Welcome to the LaSalle TV studio. Let's go take a tour. Alright, so this is our main studio. This is where all the magic happens. We got all 5 cameras right here. We got our camera operators. Hey, can you switch to camera 3, please?
Switch it off to camera 3 right now. Good.
This is where our talent sits for Sports Talk and Sports Line. That's our set for it. All right, so now let's go take a tour of the control room. That's where all the magic happens behind the scenes. So this right here, we have video. We have graphics right over here. This is the technical director. They control all the cameras.
2, 1,
right here, we have the director. Right over here, we have audio. Over here, we have the teleprompter. All right, well, that's all for the tour of the LaSalle TV studio. Thanks for coming by. See ya.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agree, the scammers are out of control.
And we need to show them how to use a password manager. Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great.
Great cake.
I'll use MFA to verify my purchase. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure our.
Well, we are back with our last segment of our program, our holiday special for news you can use, and I am just so excited for the opportunity I've had to be at LaSalle TV, to do this program for a good number of years now, to leave Philadelphia, then to come back and to have the executive producer, Tanya Ellis, welcome me back. That's a blessing in disguise. So thank you again to our executive producer, to all the team that makes all of the programs happen here at LaSalle TV. And I'm certainly wishing for the new year, praying for the new year, that we can have peace on our streets in Philadelphia, that our elected officials can do well and achieve the things that they need to do to make our city better. And of course, we're wishing all the best for the new administration with our centennial mayor, the 100th mayor for the city of Philadelphia, Sherelle Parker. In our last segment, as we go back to our Christmas attitude and Christmas atmosphere, we're delighted that singer Maya joins us again. She was on one of our more recent shows, and we asked her to come back to close us out for this season with a very special Christmas song. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace and blessings to all.
Yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Sometime soon we all will be together, if the fates allow. From now on, our troubles will be far away. So have yourself a merry little Christmas day. Merry Christmas.
Merry